Test telephone switch to arm light on.
Switching command to internal. Fuel tank pressure. 9, 8, ignition. Main stage. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Fuel tank pressure.
Welcome to Wednesday night, Division 2 of the CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. I'm Sean Green, joined by my partner in comms this evening, Mr. Nick Darachi Teixeira, looking festive and beautiful as ever, my friend.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be back on the mic tonight, calling games with you, as it's an absolute pleasure to be able to bring 25% of the match, 75% of the fun tonight. You and me calling some games. Will on the road. I'm actually going to be on the road in a good couple hours here. My flight's at 6 a.m., so I'll be on the road soon enough too, but doesn't mean the CSC stops, and we're excited for a great match tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I'll be heading up to where Will is tomorrow right after school. So looking forward to that. I'm going to try and make it before the blind draw tomorrow night, so I can have a little fun too before the actual main event starts. But we got a great one tonight, my friend. Jordan Meyer out of O'Fallon, Missouri, playing out South 94 Bistro, taking on former champion, season 6 champion Corey Beck, who's playing at Legends out of Minnesota, and it's going to be a great battle, my friend.
Yeah, you got Jordan Meyer, a seasoned veteran of the CSC, has played countless streamed matches at this point. The Laughing Assassin himself, the Jägermeister Fiend. He's going to go and have a good time tonight, regardless of what happens. But he's the type of opponent that's so lethal in brackets like this because he has the average to be able to compete, and he has the ability to just fix his own mental and just completely shut you out and play his own game. But Corey Beck, I mean, we saw him play against Todd. That was a class act, grade A+ performance. If he performs like that tonight, it's going to be tough.
He is the alligator, right? Like, he keeps hanging around. Every single leg he's putting pressure on. If it's the 16s and 15s he's got to go after, cool. Let's just knock those out of the park and get the lead back. He is pressuring his opponent on every single throw. And it's going to be difficult for Jordan to kind of stay in that mindset of fun when it's a top 4 match to get to the king seat, which would be the first time he's done that in the CSC. So there is going to be that weighing on his mind, no matter how much fun he typically has. And I'm looking forward to this matchup.
Well, now taking a look over at Corey Beck. He's going to be the man to beat tonight based off stats alone. Still no nickname, Sean. You're slacking in that department.
I just called him the alligator.
Yeah, okay. I don't like that one, though, so we're going to keep trying. And then his vendor, Midwest Coin, playing out a Legends bar. Years played 30+, averaging a 4.81 and a 54.9 win rate with those Deadman Darts and Nightmares, his own signature line, 18 grams. And let me tell you, Corey, he's going to be tough to beat tonight, Sean.
He is. He's had 3 great matches. He defeated Blake Keel. Blake Keel averaged a 4.73 against him. That was a 9-8 victory. Then Todd Wigman, we saw that one live. Todd averaged a 4.51, but it was pushed hard there to get to that 4.51 at the end. And then Randy Wisnat in the round 3 threw a 4.50, and Corey was still able to get the best of him. So he's coming in there with 25 9 marks, 1 white horse, 56 7 marks, 59 5 marks, and 47 games played. So Corey's been shooting lights out, that's for sure. But let's head on over to his opponent, because I have an interesting and surprising fact for you. Of course, the Laughing Assassin, playing for Playmore Coin Op. South 94 Bistro is where he's going to be at tonight. You'll be hearing him all over the country. He's been playing for 18+ years. His average coming into this is a 4.58 with a 60.4% win rate. He's throwing those 180 Bavaria 3rd generation 19-gram barrels. But here's my fun fact. Out of all the rounds, Corey Beck, his highest average was a 4.89, and that was in week 1. Jordan Meyer's first round match average was a 4.91. So Jordan Meyer actually has the highest match average heading into this fair. So he's gotten worse the past couple weeks, but if he brings that tonight, I think he might be the favorite, coming in with 19 9 marks with 2 white horses, 47 7 marks, 67 5 marks, and 45 games played. What do you think about that?
I think tonight it's all about speed. I think this is going to be Jordan needs to start off right because Corey's one of those players that it's not like he gets an early big jump and kind of tapers towards the end, like the John Pilgrim effect, no offense, or anything else. What? I don't know why I just took a shot at John.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Well, buddy. But I gotta admit, like Corey just is so resilient throughout the entirety of the match, and he usually will start off pretty solid and continually get better. Jordan, he is streakier, and he needs that streak to be early on in his game. He needs to start off, get a couple in a row, go into the break at a 5-2, get that kind of advantage in your favor. As Jeremy Lee, I believe on the other end here, is our button pusher for Jordan Meyer tonight. Oh my goodness!
Wow. I mean, Pro-Am champion at the Pennsylvania Bull Shooter gets the button pusher duties. So I hate to tell Brian this, but that's the best talent-wise button pusher I think we've had so far. Not counting with the ladies, because the ladies, they had some men that were button pushing that was definitely well deserved. But if you've never watched before, let's go over the format and specific rules for the CSC Challenger Series. It is a double elimination style tournament. This is the winner's side. The players play a race to 9, best of 17 legs, all cricket with a cork or 3-dart count up, which we're seeing here to start the match as boom goes the dynamite for Corey Beck right out the gate. The loser of the previous leg will start the next leg after that. If either player is down 3 or more legs, they will continue to go first until that deficit is reduced to 2 legs. That is the PPD player advantage rule. And if we go the distance,
we go for speed.
You like burped right in that moment. Players will cork for start in the last leg decider. I saw it in the back, and I was like, let's see if he's going to be ready for it. And I see a bloop.
No,
and I'm like, nope, no, he's not.
Heard it. You could have let it ride. I was so ready.
You did great. I got to be honest, the reaction time with burp was actually much better than I was expecting.
Reaction time with burp is my favorite metric in my whole career. No, this is going to be a great night, Sean. I'm looking forward to seeing this. Corey has quite the audience, and so does Jordan. Both these players having some support, and I love seeing that because it's usually like the first week of the season, and then the last like half of the seasons where you start seeing those crowds build up more and more money on the line, more intensity, just more care, I guess, is, for lack of a better term, as well. It's so cool to see everyone come on support more and more each week.
So you're saying that people show up when there's more money on the line so that the player that they're rooting for can pay for some more stuff?
I mean, I'm not going to not say that, but all I know is if Austin Brazel invited me to a 7th, 8th place match or a top 3, I'm going to the top 3. I don't know, 7th, 8th place match. I might just stay home and play video games.
That's fair. Hey, so Ryan O'Flynn's getting us started here. He says Corey 9-7. What is your scoreline prediction, Mr. Nick Durachi, to share?
I mean, I think that's pretty bang on. Jordan's one of those guys that he's so hard to put a pin on exactly what he's going to do. I'm still going to lean Corey Beck, and I'm going to lean Corey Beck a little heavier at 9-6.
Okay. Listen, Division 2 this season has been nothing but spectacular. I agree. Corey Beck should be the favorite heading into this. He's been in this situation before, wants to get back to it. As we get a nice 6 mark from him there. For some reason, I just hear the echo of the Laughing Assassin's call, his joy call, in my head. And I can't help but think that he's going to pull out this upset. So I have him winning 9-8 in a last leg decider. But we'll see what happens.
And I think that's more than reasonable. Again, when I say 9-6, it's like that's the stats, and that's what like some of the data's been saying. But if you go
very reasonable,
but superlative wise, I mean, Jordan does have a certain X factor at the line, and I really do think that he wants this win now more than ever. I don't think he's had a lot of success on the main stage CSC matches in the last couple of seasons, and he's looking for that versus Corey, who has been having a lot of success on our streamed matches. So if the upset happens, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's one of those things, right? Like, who's going to want it more? The person who's never tasted it before, never been there, or the person that's already had the taste and wants to get back? And that's always a debate to have amongst players. Now, that being said, who wants it more is never going to be the deciding factor for a darts match. If so, I would have won so many of those bad boys. I'm not even joking. But it brings out the best of both players. That motivation factor can definitely do that.
Well,
I just think it's gonna be a great match.
The motivation's huge. There's a reason why, like, if you cheer for a Baker Mayfield type of quarterback, right? You cheer for the journeyman that's trying to get the taste. You can have your own opinions on that one, but it's a fair take. That's my fair sports take of the night. But that's
Stop
the
trying
difference is, listen, don't yuck my yum. Jordan,
you yucked your own yum with that statement.
He's been around. He's had so many mid-bracket runs. Like, you have to just have a strong desire. Like, yeah, Corey's going to be like, I want to win it twice. No one wants to just win something once and say they can't do it again, right? But at the same time, everyone wants to also just win it once. So the motivation factor, if it was a contest, I'd have to give it to Jordan. But again, you're right. It does not come down to just who wants it more. It comes down to who plays the better game.
Well, right now, both, but we're going to be honest, are struggling in leg number one, but that happens. It's a long format. They're playing off each other, which unfortunately is a bit of a downer of a leg. But let's talk about your journey this weekend. You're going to Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, I leave tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. I'm going over to Oklahoma City for the Oklahoma Throwdown, my first time at that tournament.
I cannot wait for you to tell me what it's going to be like to have a live band on the stage while tournaments are going on 2 nights out of the 3. I'm floored by that ability to have that happen, and then also that tournament directors want that to happen. It's interesting to me.
I mean, I'm pretty excited to check that out for that reason alone, but also, admittedly, like, the only things that will be going on when the bands are playing should be the tail end of brackets. Specifically, only one bracket left, because majority of the events are in the afternoon, and then they only have one that starts in the late evening. That the music doesn't start till 8, so it'll be interesting. Hopefully, it gives you that half party, half serious tournament vibe. But I'm really happy. A big shout out to Tracy for bringing me out there. And then you have some travels too. What do you got going on?
Yeah, I'll be taking my talents up to Sturtevant once again for Booyah Cup, the 4th running of that bad boy. I can definitely memorize the defending champions because it's been Leonard Gates, and Leonard Gates. So we'll see if he goes for the 4-peat. Last year, an epic battle between him and Alex Spellman in the King Seat match, and then in the final, Alex losing a leg, averaging a 7.33. So I'm excited for Booyah Cup. It always brings out the best. It's a well-run tournament. It has a lot of great talent that shows up, including the likes of a lot of people in our chat. So excited to see all of you and meet some new people that I haven't met before, but looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time.
Well, most importantly, there's also PPD Nationals this weekend.
Yes, there is.
There's 3 events. I do know our producer in arms, Haley, will be streaming. I don't know actually who's commenting off the top of my head, because I know where you guys are, I know where I am. But so should be interesting to see how that's going to go. But I'm looking forward to having the PPD streaming, Eagle Eye Sports, USA Darts. All the platforms will be live, and you can actually catch I believe you can catch all 3 of the streams, but at the very least you can catch Oklahoma and Booyah on USA Darts' YouTube. PPD pages for the Nationals. I think we might get that PPD Nationals stream over on YouTube as well, because you can have multiple streams at a time on YouTube.
I've never seen that before, that innuendo. Rick Aston saying he played darts in a strip club with girls dancing. I've never heard the innuendo for playing darts to mean what he, I think, is meaning for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
Great setup there, Sean Green.
I was trying to see what you were going to say to something awkward like that. And
well, Corey, by the way, does end up getting control of this leg at the tail end. Jordan actually had some early advantages in this leg, and it just kind of became a little bit of a slugfest towards the end where they're averaging near identical.
Yeah, there's not much between them at all here in this opening leg. But you can see Corey is also, he's not one to take a lot of chances. Gets the crazy 8s going on the scoreboard.
Wise play from the previous champion. He's not going to leave any risks tonight. He's not going to have no bullseye shenanigans, because nothing feels worse than losing a game on the bullseyes when you had the not just a advantage, but a good advantage going into the bulls.
Yeah, no bull shenanigans.
Yeah.
Big dart there from Corey Beck. 4.56. He ends up bringing that average up to very reasonable to defeat Jordan Meyer in leg number 1. Would you say, it's obviously so early, we got potentially 16 more legs left to darts, but Jordan's got to win these legs that Corey shoots that, right?
Oh, certainly. I mean, here's the thing. If they're throwing a 4-5, that is a leg that you have to win, because both these guys are effectively 4-5s or more. That's why you have to think about it. So 4-5 should be their low end game. Yeah, of course they're going to have a game out of 4 because they're going to bounce out that game with the 5. But you have to be thinking, okay, 4-5 is one of my best case scenarios, because 4-5 or less, you know, never mind. Corey Beck just hit a 9 mark.
Boom goes the dynamite.
As I was rambling to try to find my point there and lost it halfway through. That's the Will Stewart chair effect.
Man, you were born a rambling man.
It is also true. So watch my Minecraft videos if you really want to see some rambles.
John O out in California says, I had League at a strip club, Venus, a strip club in Huntington Beach. Shout out to Huntington Beach strip club for having darts.
And that's the last we'll be talking about strip clubs on the mic, so we don't get demonetized.
Why? Oh, that's not a legal thing to talk about, I don't think.
It's definitely on the PG-13 plus side.
Barely. It's a place. It's a noun. It's just a general noun. Common noun. Well, not when I said the specific one. That's a proper noun. But still, that's not the point. Big 9 mark again from Corey Beck. Saved by the 8 mark, actually. But he's on an 8.0. How about that?
Yeah, great start to this leg. And Jordan opened up with a 1. And that's going to be something where you just can't get away with it at this point in the bracket very often. Sometimes it happens, but more often than not, you're setting yourself up to potentially lose your throw, and not only lose it, but then Corey starts off with a 9, follows up with a nice big follow-up and hits a 7, or hits an 8, and now hits a 6. I mean, he's throwing fire right now. You can't afford to not hit at least a 5.
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Trevor's comment because you're spot on.
I didn't think you were laughing at me.
No, you're right, and that's why I mentioned it. That's why Jordan has to win those legs where Corey shot like that in the last leg, because he can also shoot like this. Like, this is not we've seen this gear out of him. 6.80 from Corey Beck in leg number 2. Division 2 this season has been not like the highest average as far as like all the guys go or anything like that, but it has been so competitive that we're seeing some great stream matches and we're seeing some great averages having to win some legs.
Well, you think about pragmatically, right? Is that every season that average spread has gotten tighter and tighter, and more players are cycling in and out and filtering as well. That usually means you're getting a lot of players at very true averages, consistently trying to compete for these spots, which also means that that average spread is going to be very reasonable. And on top of that, I think every match that we have seen, at least for Division 2 this season, has also had some of the best first halves. That Todd Corey first half was something special.
Oh yeah, it was masterful. That might be our best first half of Division 2 we've had in a long time.
Oh,
both averaging above a 5.
Do want to give a shout out to Jordan right now, doing some return to sender right to Corey, who used all of his marks in that last leg.
At least a lot of them.
6.8 of them per round, at least.
That's quite a few.
Big
7 mark there from Jordan. He raised it up. He is now a 6.67. That actually worked. Corey Beck, though, looking for a 9er. Is he calling from a walkie-talkie? Yes, he is. Boom goes the dynamite. And again, the alligator blood. Corey, alligator blood Beck. There you go.
It's what makes this game so dangerous, right? Is the ability to just be calm, cool, and collected. He knows how to pace himself sometimes. Like right now, he's getting to Aki a little bit quicker, but then he backs off. He reconsiders. He paces himself without taking too long. There's not much to dislike about Corey's game. But I think Jordan shares a lot of those similar qualities, other than he probably gets to it a little bit faster to the Aki.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. And Corey did exactly what he had to do there. 2 bowls, close the 1 wedge to ensure that you have a winning dart. If he does this, oh my. Can't take it out here. Still 3 wedges and still not going to be able to get the point lead too. But this could make it interesting.
Yeah, if you're a Corey, you're thinking I needed 2 favors for my opponent. That was your first favor. And that he hit enough there where it's like, now you need still a really big favor to be able to have a game shot here, but you can start chipping away. You can start eating at their mind a little bit. Jordan has to find something, and he has to find at least a single, and he doesn't. Oh my God. Wow.
If Corey loses, or if Jordan loses this leg, this could be a blowout tonight.
Well, this is the leg where he was so far out in front.
And now he can just run on points. See if he gets another opportunity later.
Yeah, this is
Jordan
where
I give him another opportunity later.
Proper bowl play is so important at this stage and where they're at, as Jordan will go ahead and get out of the deep waters. No, not quite yet. But you can see still at the 3 numbers, he was able to stay there. He's now only 1 bowl away. Corey has to find a 5-6 bowl kind of round. And again, hope for Jordan to not cover the difference. And his darts, unfortunately, are not placing themselves in ways where that can help.
How'd he find the double there on dart 3?
That's disgusting.
That is gross. Oh my. Well, it might not matter. Bullseye. It doesn't matter. Jordan does get the job done, but you can see the breath of fresh air from him after that. And that's what I'm talking. Alligator blood. Corey Beck continues to pressure his opponents every single leg. It makes a last leg decider with Corey Beck the most tiring match you will ever feel in your life.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine playing a long format against, really either one of these guys, mostly because I would lose well before it became a long format. But also
nine games for me.
Nine. Oh, you don't think you get 1 secret? Actually, no, you won't.
I didn't win against you 1 out of 9, so nope.
1 out of 19, actually. But that was mostly Fat Bull 01, and let's be honest, I'm a bullseye machine.
I love how happy Jordan is off the line and just how intense he is when he's throwing darts.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan is the laughingest of assassins. If you guys aren't familiar with Jordan Meyer, first off, welcome to your first ever PPD stream. But also, Jordan just likes to have fun. He likes to laugh. He likes to be very boisterous. But there's so many dart players that look so mean when they're throwing. He looks angry. Like he's very, very upset. And yet, if you're any of those guys back there, he's probably cracking jokes right now.
Yep. Well, just the laugh alone makes everybody laugh. And actually, you're absolutely right, because Jeremy Lee started laughing at whatever Jordan was saying in the background.
It's pretty funny. Jordan Meyer and I did win a couple of money games together in Omaha last March.
That is funny. That's a good joke. You won money? Oh. That was an airball, wasn't it?
Swing and a miss.
No, that's not the same thing as an airball. Those are 2 completely different sports. All right, Corey has the high ground, but they are battling on these points. Right now, Jordan's getting more of the marks. but a big 7 mark.
Jordan's done so well with these 19s to be able to continue this battle going. You can see that 7 is going to drop this turn. It's going to drop by quite a lot with just the 2. You expect Corey. I mean, I personally think you can go for the 2 19s for 20, but I think you start 19. Now you bail immediately. I don't think I stay. He
stayed.
A high risk, high reward. And I say that because I'm more worried about losing my 20 than closing the 19s. That's my thought process at the line there. Still might lose it. Does lose it.
They're gone. And a roar there from Meyer. Look at BH in the chat from BH Management, telling Jeremy Lee to wave. Dance monkey.
Brian
he's waving,
Herbert?
but it's off. But it's off. He just waved, Brian. I can confirm, but it was off screen.
Hey, can someone explain to Jeremy that the cameras are on when the players are throwing?
That's true. Like that should be a dead giveaway.
I think he's watching it on his phone. He has a headphone in. I'm pretty sure.
It's amazing. Bob Hudson asked Jordan where he learned the snarl on the line. Well, I can't ask him right now. He's playing darts, but I'll reach out to him later.
Hey, Jordan.
You listening? You Malonian down there?
You Malonian down there?
Big 7.
Oof.
The laughing assassin trying to tie this baby back up. Throwing very well against the throw. And Corey's not shooting bad at all.
Very competitive leg between these guys. This is the type of stuff I want to see out of Jordan tonight. My only concern is I feel like Corey will be in this range most of the night. And the one thing is with this long formats, and he's a seasoned veteran, but it's so hard to be able to channel a 6+ leg compared to the first half to the end of the last half, especially in a battle where neither one of these guys is projected to go in a big breakaway.
Tim Grills is in Ottawa, Canada, saying what boards are they on and where to get one. These are the Bullshooter G3 dart boards. And I don't know where you can get one. They're expensive.
Ontario.
You should get a vendor. Ontario, is that what you said?
Yeah, you said Ottawa.
I don't know why I said Ottawa. I meant to say Ontario. I know.
Starts with an O.
Thank you. That's the state or it's the Canadian capital. But that's not the point. Anyway, Corey Beck down. I had to throw in an extra fact just to prove that I knew what Ottawa was.
Oh, he left
That's how
6 bulls, by the way, on the return. That's brutal. Not the outshot you'd want to leave. Doesn't even matter.
5.9 from the Laughing Assassin. All right. Let's hear it.
Okay.
I need your best Jordan Meyer Laughing Assassin laugh.
All right. You ready?
Born ready.
Hey, it's me, Jordan Meyer. Hey. Airball.
Strike 3 is what you would say back to that.
Swing and a miss.
Crippled Bambi is saying hello from North Dakota State Darts Competition Friday. That's amazing. I love the name. That's the only reason I said it out loud.
Oh God, Will Stewart heard that.
So that was terrible. Yeah, Will Stewart heard that and said it was terrible.
I am sitting in his chair tonight.
I mean, figuratively.
No, I'm actually in Will Stewart's chair right now. I decided to go over there early. Even Reagan.
Mike says, I see Jordy got himself a Brian Henry. It's amazing. Boom goes the dynamite. The Laughing Assassin roars in his first 9. Will, that was not worse than that. I like that you brought it up. Has Danny talked to you about that yet?
I need to clip that.
That just got weird, Will.
Yeah, Will and I, by the way, will be together Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Kansas City, or not Kansas City, Wichita, Kansas, excuse me, hanging out. So the next couple CSC streams will actually be physically together, and the DPFL stream potentially. I don't know, because I think we also have Steve McDowell joining us for that one. So we'll see.
Good old Steve-O.
I'm convinced Nick has only one impersonation for everybody.
Yep.
That is true. It is just a safer road for me to play.
Mikola, you're absolutely correct. Nice 7 mark there from Jordan Meyer.
Jordan's taking
he's saying
3
Brian-
on the spin here.
Yeah. And it's looking likely.
Yeah, very likely at this point. All but guaranteed 3 bowls away. Now, it's not the exact order of how I thought this early lead might start, losing the first 2, but it works nonetheless, as he is not quite there yet.
Quitter. And now,
Heck of a spoiler.
he can lose. 3 bowls in a trip 15. Not going to happen.
Yeah, definitely not looking as tight on his bowls right now. That we've seen a couple of times now where Jordan has kind of slacked on that last bowl where Corey hasn't been able to exactly punish, but Jordan's going to be happy with that situation every time.
Is it Cassie or Casey? It's probably Cassie. Cassie says, hold on, you're telling me this is level 2? No, this is Division 2, which is the same thing, Cassie, and that is insane. As Jordan Meyer does take the 3-2 advantage. 3 on the spin for the Laughing Assassin. You're right. Not how I would have expected it to go. But if Jordan wants to win tonight, he has to have the lead going to the break. Corey gets better throughout the evening. He's shown that.
And Corey started off a little bit hot and then slowed down a little bit. Currently sitting at a 4.88. Jordan at a 4.74 has been climbing these last 3 legs. So this is definitely getting into the, all right, let's see. Corey's kind of in that gear he's been at the whole season, of 4.85 for the season so far. Jordan's definitely lifting up his average right now. This break is the grand equalizer coming up here shortly after leg 7.
Bambi asking, as a second year's dart player, is a 20 PPD and a 2.15 NPR good? And my response to that is, it's better than Bambi's mom.
And my actual response to that is, that's crazy. That's insane to say. Here's the thing. If you start comparing yourself off what should be good or the expectations, you're going to kind of pull out hair at times when you're not improving or you're not hitting those goals. The ideal goal, I always tell everybody, is your first goal should be hit a 2-0. If you can hit a 2-0 and any 0-1, usually 2-0 and a 20, you're going to be in a good spot. And then if you want to set another goal, 2-5, 25, 3-0, and to like a 26, 27, like those are the incremental goals that really help out over time with progressing your game. But don't say, am I considered good now because I have this number? What makes you good is the merits of what you accomplish as a player, a la the Steve Hilgers of the world, right? The player that has won multiple events and titles, but has never been known to be a top 10 average.
I would agree with that. I would also say that just improving is always the important part. And yeah, to add on to that, the best players are just more consistent. They have the talent that's just more consistent.
So just keep practicing. You're doing great. If 2 years in, you're at a 2, and it's about where you want your game to go and what work you want to do to get to wherever. Frankly, anybody that plays darts is a good average to me. That is what matters at the end of the day, because more dart players, the merrier, the more opportunities for everybody.
Boom goes the dynamite. Corey Beck wakes up my house with his third maximum.
Yep, Sean's about to get yelled at, everybody. Strapping.
Oh, look at this. Laughing Assassin fires back with one of his own, and he gives a yeah as he hits that.
That's a pretty good impression.
It's what his mouth did. Don't you dare. Boom goes the dynamite. Back to back to back. 5.83 playing a 5.80. I hate that we have to clip this right now because of what I said in the last throw. Let's see if Jordan can hit another one. No, blew it hard. Only a 5 mark on the 17s.
Good close there from Corey. Does go right back up to defend the 20s there. Good positioning, even though Jordan just did quite the attack. Just going second, averaging 0.1 less. Now going to be a little bit less than that. It's a hard position to find yourself in. Corey doing a good job taking advantage of his throw, trying to stop the bleed.
Yeah, Corey's looking to close Jordan's legs. Advantage here. 3-2 right now in favor of Meyer.
I said Jordan was looking for a 5-3 going into the break. Right now, it's looking very likely that we're going to be hitting that 3-3, and it'll be a race to see. Jordan will have a chance to shoot for that advantage going into that little 5-minute intermission.
Corey went for the double A. Hit that one like Mike Maloney did on Monday.
Doubles are broken
Outside.
this week, guys. It's very clear. Doubles are broken. They're getting patched out. There'll be an update soon.
Now that's a hanger Sarge if I've ever seen one. Yeah, that bottom corner of the 10 is the most blocker dart of all time.
Usually the only way you're getting around that dart is by moving further to the left of the Aki, trying to throw into that dart a little bit, and hoping it kicks down, right? Because a lot of times it'll kick very violently left or right. You're absolutely right on that analysis, Sean.
Can you clip that for me just to have?
Not after what you did the last time, so that we saw 3 9 marks in a row. You're grounded.
With a hiya. You saw the mouth motion that he gave, and it definitely represented it. Have you seen the like TikTok trend where like they do the like mouth and they make the sound that they
You don't have TikTok.
that they think they make? That's not the point. I've seen that.
No, I don't think I actually have seen that. Funnily enough,
Reagan, that is correct. There are not, unless we want to interview each other during the break, which we don't. So
you already hear
those
enough
will not
rambling.
exist, to say the least. That'd be really terrible. It's just like, all right, now we're going to talk for 5 minutes about whatever. No, we do that anyway. That's.
But yeah, but it'll be pre-recorded. That's like your scheduled talk about cartoons for 20 minutes section. But we just clip out the best 5 minutes of meaningful discussion and then cut out the 15 minutes of arguing and repeating ourselves.
Well, Corey Beck stops the bleeding. 3-3 score line. Who is going to have the lead heading into the break? I think I think Jordan still has to have it.
Oh, I do think that this is a very important leg for Jordan, without a doubt in my mind. But it's up to Jordan to be able to capitalize. His starts have either been feast or famine. He needs a good start. I don't love the hyper aggression there, trying to switch that 19s before you get that follow-up trip. The best opening in darts is either 3 trip 20s or trip 20, and the close on one, the number is usually 19. Right now, that 5 mark is less effective because it gives Corey an easier opportunity to be able to justify shooting your 20, which isn't going to happen.
No, he made the field goal on dart 3, but that is a trifecta of triples, only one of them counting. And again, Jordan wastes 2 of his 3 darts right there and effectively wastes all of them. Those 20s should be gone after this round. If Corey even hits a 4 mark on the 18s to start it off.
Yeah, Corey's fishing for a 7. He's okay with a 2 or 3 point deficit, depending on which number he goes for, especially because that first one's awkward. If he can get underneath it, find a trip, I would love the look right here. Oh, he stayed. And
well, that'll work.
7.
7 either way is a good 7.
Cody, yes, I will be at Oklahoma Throwdown. I will be there tomorrow afternoon.
I just thought it was rude, Cody, that didn't answer you earlier when you asked.
Sorry.
I seen it. I even told him off mic, and he still wouldn't do it.
That's not true. You're too busy
That's
with
not
mouth
true.
movements.
There was only one. Bambi, yes. Back it up, correct it if it's in the board. yeah, and honestly, typically in this, you're going to do that by sending a picture for your opponent to confirm it. In this type of a situation, probably just be like, wave it down. You're going to hit your dart, and then you're going to move on with it. And the opponent's going to be like, yep, that was probably correct. Because there's really no reason to distrust anyone when they're both on camera.
Yeah,
and even if they're not,
it's slightly different, but otherwise, typically, yes. That's why you make pre-match contact with your opponents. That's one of the PPD's biggest rules. You make pre-match contact, you get in a group chat with them. That way you have a place where you can immediately send stuff over if you need to. Nice and easy. But yeah, with the players having both their boards being live streamed, not really much of a need to, but frankly, I will say Playmore and Midwest Coin, they take pretty good care of their boards. Not many mistakes happen on these ones. Not all vendors created equal, but we got some good ones on tonight.
All right, let's see what. Oh, Jordan closes the 16s first. Now goes right back to the 17s. Takes the 63-point advantage, which means Corey has to stay on the 15s the entire time if he wants the point lead.
With the way Corey's bowls have been tonight, not as many doubles, a lot more single bowls. I would want him to stay regardless. I don't want to see a too aggressive of a shot, but there, only getting a 2 mark at the tail end of the leg. This is one of those legs where Corey could have really used it because Jordan really needs it.
And there's the Maloney double on dart 3. Dead name in the chat saying, greetings from Europe. Holy, the double and triple segments are huge compared to our soft tip automat we have. Yes, you guys play on a 13-inch soft tip board. We have that on the backside of this 15-inch dart board. But yeah, we play 15-inch over in the States typically as our soft tip format. I know that over in Europe, mainly it's a 13-inch board. Which, by the way, 15-inch dart boards, way more fun. Way more fun. For soft tip. But Jordan Meyer takes us into the break. As you see the pom-poms waving. 4-3 for the Laughing Assassin. Will the Minnesotan make a run after the break? We'll have to find out. Sean Green, Nick Teixeira back with more action right after this.
Got a dartboard with shabby segments and worn out sisal? Don't buy that brand new dartboard just yet. There's a much better solution. Knowing how and when to rotate your dartboard is an underrated practice many players neglect. Why rotate your dartboard? Although sisal is self-healing, you can't prevent the damage that occurs over time with high traffic segments like the treble 20. By rotating your dartboard, you can replace the 20 segment with a different segment that sees a lot less dart action. The damage gets distributed throughout all the segments, making your board last much longer. Decide how to rotate your dartboard. Whether you go clockwise or counterclockwise, be sure to stick with one method of rotating your board for consistent results. If you rotate it clockwise one time and then counterclockwise the next, you may be going back to a previously damaged segment instead of a fresh one. Return your board accessories back to your board once you've rotated it, starting with the number ring, and you're done. Dartboards are a big investment, so it's important to take good care of them. Regularly rotating your dartboard will help ensure you are throwing at a fresher 20 segment and will help make your dartboard last longer. Hope you found this video helpful, and we'll see you next time.
Let me tell you about A to Z Darts. We're a specialty dart store with over 10,000 different products. We create in-depth videos and blogs to help improve your game and showcase our products. We give helpful advice on how to practice darts, the fundamentals of form and mechanics, and how to make better decisions when purchasing your darting equipment. Whether you're brand new or a seasoned player, we try to provide fun and informative content. I'm Jen, the creative director for A to Z Darts. I've been playing for over 10 years and have traveled the world competing in and promoting the sport. This is Will. He runs our live streaming company, USA Darts, and travels the globe as well to broadcast major darting events and interview PDC players alike. You'll find over 2,000 different sets of darts on our website. Guessing right now you're pretty interested in our resources? Learn about form, throwing mechanics, practice routines, scoring and grouping, checkout methods, cricket strategy, and much more. Visit a-zdarts.com to take advantage of our blog or follow us on social media at azdarts today.
What are O-rings? Meet these little guys. O-rings are small rubber rings that you can place on your shaft thread so it won't come loose. Here are 4 easy methods to put on an O-ring. The tuck and roll. Hold your O-ring against the thread and with your fingers stretch it over the shaft. Simply roll it down and it's on. The knit and roll. In a similar fashion, use the point of a dart to stretch the O-ring over the threads like this and roll it down. The backslide. Place the O-ring over the back of the shaft and roll it down the entire length until it sits at the base. If the previous methods are too hard, you'll love the O-ring applicator tool. Fit the O-ring onto the top like so, then place the tool over the shaft and roll it down like you see here. This is hands down the simplest method and the one we recommend most. A fun alternative is L-Style's Gomu system. Put the small cap on your shaft and that's it. It's fast and easy, but each cap is one-time use, whereas O-rings are reusable and only $2 a pack. Secure your shafts today.
In this video, I'll be going head-to-head against the entire staff in a thrilling best-of-3 match. But with a twist, we'll be relying on the Omni auto scoring system to keep track of the scores. How accurate is this thing? We threw nearly 1,000 darts to put the Omni cameras to the test. All right, double 4, here we go. No! Miles away. So far off. The Omni cameras are detecting exactly where the dart is landing on the board with instant recognition.
Hey, thanks for letting me win the last one.
You unleashed the beast. Of course, Nate, the experienced player, is not going down without a fight as he lands a precision double 7.
Yes, game shot and the match.
That's cool.
The score is being calculated for you in real time, plus the element of the darts caller from the app. They work together to provide such an elevated play experience.
Test telephone switch to arm light on.
Switching command to internal. Fuel tank pressure. 9, 8. Ignition. Water ball. Main stage. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Fuel tank pressure.
Welcome back to Wednesday night Division 2 of the CSC Challenger Series. We have ourselves a battle brewing here. Sean Green, Nick Teixeira, watching this 4-3 scoreline between Jordan Meyer and Corey Beck. Nick, have they performed the way you expected, or has there been some surprises so far?
Like I said, if there was something that wouldn't surprise me, it's Jordan Meyer playing a little bit of spoiler. I think that he's just one of those opponents. Him, the Don Stewarts of the world, there are guys that just do well in brackets and can really produce some results. So no, I'm not surprised. I did say that I wanted Jordan to be at a 5-2 to feel comfortable going to second half. But that 4-3, it was very convincing considering only those first 2 legs were won by Corey. Then he only won 1 after that. So anything's possible. I think that it's just another recipe for another great Division 2 first half for the season. I'm hoping the second half lives up to the first half's hype.
Yeah, we know one thing's for sure, most likely, and that is Corey Beck is going to get better after this break. He tends to improve as the night goes on and bring his best stuff when he needs to the most, which is typically later in the match. Jordan Meyer, you mentioned it. We've not seen that gas pedal in the past, and we're going to need to see it tonight if he expects or if he wants to win this thing. And I think that he will. I already called it earlier, 9-8. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, as by the way, we're just waiting on Mr. Corey Beck. We lost him. He's coming back eventually. And let me tell you, Jordan's fired up. He's ready to go. Jeremy's got a pony in that chair next to him now.
And he didn't even button push this time. Look at him all being all lazy.
No, he already hit the button. No, he already did it.
No, Jordan did that time.
Oh.
Jeremy's been sitting back there on his butt, not doing his job.
What the heck, man?
I'm telling you right now.
That's it. Bring it,
Jameson's just disappointed.
Yeah,
just disappointed.
We both went there. Oh, here we go. Straight to the second half. Corey Beck's going to want to go ahead and get things equaled out to start off this break. And if there's any symmetry that he would want from that first half, it's start off these first 2 legs red hot. He got up to a 4.56 in that first one. That 6.8 in the second leg was huge. And he's starting off just fine here in leg number 8.
And you can see the support starting to build again back behind him, where they are clapping in unison once again. Corey's always getting that type of support in the background is, yeah, boom goes the dynamite, Jordan Meyer. Sorry, that's just what he tends to do every time he hits it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I want to do
What's that sound?
You remember the bad lip reading videos that used to be really popular?
Yeah.
I want to do that one, but just for Jordan. I would love that
It's
personally.
amazing.
Actually, someone write that down. We'll do that. Maybe that's an NDA video. Maybe that's.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Jordan? What are you doing on that round? I suck, guys. I suck at darts.
Jared Meyer in the chat
There's
saying,
mine.
I always root for a Meyer. My top 2 favorite Meyers. Number 1, Oscar. Number 2, Jordan. 10 out of 10 comments.
That's amazing. There was a Myers jewelry store in Indiana too. That would probably be number 3. The Michael variety, either of them do not spell it the same way.
There's also the grocery store Myers, right? Isn't that a thing? Like a northern thing?
That's Meyer, but it's spelled differently.
Oh, okay.
It's MEI something weird.
MEI something weird.
Yeah. That was me just forgetting how to spell Meyer.
It's okay.
I think there's a J in it. MEIJER or something like that. It's a weird one.
Jordan still putting up quite the fight to try to get a shot at these 20s. Despite hitting a 9 mark, hasn't really had the best of looks yet.
Well, you can see the strategy. Point with the high ground. Point with the high ground. So Jordan's going to have to take advantage of it and get rid of it at some point, maybe more aggressively than he probably would. Like that.
Sorry, I just love that while that's happening, everyone
Thank
in
you,
chat's
everybody.
letting you know how to
I
spell
got it.
Meyer.
Calm it down. I spelled it right.
Good word.
Eventually, I got there.
No, our chat's elite.
Thank God I
tonight.
got it before everyone else.
Shout out to all of our chatters. Besides the fact that we're missing Finn, the 10 out of 10 chat.
And Stephen May, of course, being an Indiana person, puts an S on the end of it. Because that's what, like, it's not Kroger, it's Kroger's. My mom does the same thing. It's all in plurals. Myers.
See, it doesn't work the same. It's Publix. Whether you plural
So
it
it's
or
already,
not.
yeah. Publix is.
Yeah, I'm not going to the Publix's. Jordan has done a great job in this leg, turning it back on its head, and Corey's starting to let off that gas a little bit. Another Jordan third dart hero, no, stays on the 17s and says, forget about it.
Is that what he said there?
Yeah, I think in less words and stronger words. Corey snaps back with some aggression. Doesn't capitalize on that third dart. Here's the problem with that shot is if you're going to go 16, 17, 16, just stay 16, 16, then go 17. Make your life easier and have a follow-up third dart. Instead, Jordan Meyer's just going to take advantage of it and hit a boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah, from Jordan Meyer.
Not a white horse.
No, that's what the sound that it looks like he is making. Every time.
Yeah, but I trademarked the hee-haw thing with Will after.
I didn't say
Assassin's
yeehaw.
Creed.
I said yeah. That's way different.
It's already trademarked, bud.
I had an extra A, so it wouldn't be. How about them? Then he throws the old Rio de Janeiro Jesus in there. What about me? Big arms all day.
That's what, 3 for him this leg now?
Well, it's definitely 2.
Pretty sure it's 3.
And Corey started off with the 9.
No, Corey started off with a 7, and then Jordan hit a 9.
That's what I meant. Hey, it's his third one. Did you know that?
That's crazy.
Just in this leg.
Just in this leg. Corey, nothing he can do now. He's going to go down to a 5-3 deficit. Jordan's doing just about everything right that he needs to be doing. Even with his legs, 6 and 7 kind of being low ball legs, he was still able to get by with one of the two. And otherwise has had some very high burst, high octane moments. Corey, who is normally calm and collected, hitting a lot of good, clean 5s and 7s, not finding the same success today so far, at least not in the moments where it's mattered the most.
And honestly, that's a difference from Corey from so far this season. He right now is first overall in 9 marks this season amongst all the competitors. So the next closest to him is Blake Keel. That being said, he should be throwing a little bit more in there, but maybe that's coming later. We've said this, we've prefaced it the whole time. Now Jordan gets that 2 advantage. It's the same thing as him being up 5-2 right before the break. It's 5-3 now. Corey gets better as the match goes on. Can Jordan hit the gas pedal for 4 more legs?
I honestly think right now everything's saying yes to me. The only thing that can hurt Jordan is a adrenaline dump, momentum stopping type of moment. He's celebrating those 9s. He's throwing his arms up. Everything's feeling free right now. 6 marks are disappointing. Like, he has a lot of stuff going in his favor. And Corey, other than that 2-leg jump, has not had that tonight. He only has 3 legs on the board. He's facing a 2-leg deficit. It's not going to shake him. He's going to continue to fight.
Boom goes the dynamite. Corey Beck. That's more like it. But Jordan's been in fuego on matching step for step.
Oof.
Gets rid of those 20s again. And this is honestly what you're seeing is the Danny Baggish strategy for both players. Now he's going to get rid of the high ground and now go back. It's over. Big white horse. You can do it. Oh. Yeah, mine was way better. Mine was way better.
Yeah, do your horse noise, tough guy.
And PFM 73, you don't have to tell us when you go mute. You can just do it.
I will say, though, not to directly address this comment, but just in general, because for the record, just because we are highlighting one guy more than the other, which naturally will happen sometimes, intentional or not, or we're favoring one person over the other, it's usually also part of the idea of building a storyline. To not peek too far behind the curtain, the idea is to continue to try to build up. If Jordan completes this win, despite us being so heavily favoring Corey at the beginning, it makes it all the more intense and impressive from a viewership perspective. So you have to remember that a lot of times we are personally friends with the majority of these players. Jordan Meyer and I did Jaeger bombs every morning at TOC together, but when I was a player, not streaming.
I was about to say, what?
Yeah, we literally did that every morning. Him and I played together in Omaha, so don't take it too heavily.
707.
One guy.
707 from Beck. 5-4. And listen, I just don't want to listen to that nonsense anyway. I picked Jordan to win, so whatever. You know, like it's one of those things where everyone's going to hear what they want to hear when they're listening to us, and that's okay. That's part of it. It really is. And sometimes we'll agree. I'll agree with you if it's happening that way. It's always unintentional when it does, but I just feel like in certain situations, like the past couple of weeks, we've been getting some slack for some stuff that really is we're just doing our job.
But I think that's also just more people caring, right? I think that's a good thing. I think the idea
that's
more
what
people
I said.
Tuning in and having those opinions, good or bad, keeps us honest and everything else. I mean, you want to talk about some one-sided darts commentary? Listen to any time we've ever only had one camera instead of 2 camera feeds in a CSC match. We always talk about the player we can see more than the player we can't. Way more.
$1,000,000%. $1,000,000%.
So, but yeah, no, it's never intentional. At the end of the day, Jordan literally sent a message saying that he did a Jaeger bomb for me specifically in the player chat right as the break was starting. So I don't think there's any hard feelings anywhere around.
Which led directly to him winning the 8th leg. So
I'll take 10%.
Basically, what Nick is saying, his friendship won Jordan a leg. So
that's it. I'm actually the white pony in the background. That's me.
And I don't know if I've told everybody this. It's been a long time. I suck at darts. All these players are way better than me. My commentary is strictly based off of stats, information, what it looks like, the feeling and how they're throwing, and not so much on expertise on how I typically play the game. That's for sure.
Well,
Just
Sean,
again, remind yourselves of that.
You don't even need to say that because I'll say it. Sean, you suck
Yeah.
at darts, man.
Yep. And John, that's the other part of this is that a lot of times, especially Division II, they will throw reverse of what we're expecting from time to time. That's part of the consistency of the game. That why these players are so talented, but in Division II versus Division I. Corey Beck right now throwing a 6.25 after averaging a 7.07. Those are Division I stats. Don't get yourself wrong on that. The problem is that he also throws a lot of fours in there. And that's where it's Division II instead of Division I. But John, you're right. So far, they've done the opposite. Jordan's been a little bit more consistent. Corey's had a bit more of an up and down game. We'll see if that continues.
After leg 2, where he shot a 6.8, he has only had 2 other legs, one at a 5.0, one at a 7.07. The rest have been between a 3.86 and a 4.7. That's not normal when a majority, if you're averaging a 4.85, to have that many legs in a row below a 5. So, yeah, consistency has absolutely been a struggle tonight for Corey. And frankly, you never know how a player's going to show up on the given day. And there's plenty of times where we'll be wrong, and we'll be wrong again, and hopefully we'll be less wrong in the future. But no one remembers when you're right.
Sometimes I really want the players to prove me wrong.
Oh,
I'm okay with that.
I never want anything more than Olivia Terry to prove us dead wrong against Shea Cole. Not that I have any problems with Shea. I love Shea to death. I just think because of how strong of a prediction it was, I love being completely opposite in the spectrum because no one, maybe it's just different because of you and I have done hundreds of these now. Or at least it felt like that. It's probably been at least 100.
It's hundreds. Yeah.
Yeah. So when, we do all these and we have predictions, it's more exciting when something doesn't happen the way you think it does. And so far, Division II has been the most crackerjack. We don't know what's going to happen for the entirety of it, just because of the way that the first halves are starting and how intense it's been getting in the second halves and how good these matches are. Like, no one could have predicted on Monday Maloney struggling with the doubles statistically as much as he did. That's the worst doubles performance he's ever had in CSC history, at least on the stream. You don't predict that with Maloney like you would with someone else shooting doubles that much. That's the types of things that make it exciting.
As our best friend Will always says, darts is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Jenny. That's all I got. See, I do 2 impressions, actually.
That just means that my impression was pretty decent. Of Will, of course, not of Tom Hanks.
No, not the best Tom Hanks I've heard.
I love everybody. If Division II player wins the division final, do they automatically move up to Division I? No. It still goes based off of averages throughout the league season. The CSC is a part of that for the players, for sure. That feeds into their average, but it's a overarching average. As Jordan keep them separated with a 6-4 lead now over Beck.
Yeah, I would love to see a future iteration, not the CSE, but I would love to see a dart show, whether it be a future PPD show or otherwise, that has a larger field that does have 2 divisions with promotion and relegation. I think that would be a super fascinating model, especially for how European the sport already is. But that being said, the fundamentals of doing that, especially in a system that is entirely based around league play and remote tournament play, this doesn't make the most sense. So no relegation or automatic promotion. We've talked about it before.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be fun, but I also I like the idea that it's all based on averages. You have to not just improve in the CSE, but throughout a league season to be a Division I player. And you have to keep that improvement going if you want to stay a Division I player. The cool part about this, hands down, has been the raise in averages that these players are bringing in every season, and how just more difficult it becomes to play in the CSC Challenger Series.
Oh, wholeheartedly agree. For the record, I don't want to change the CSC formula. It would be a different show or like a revamp thing if it ever did happen. And this is not even as Jordan is screaming at his darts right now. But yeah, just throwing an idea out there, but no promotion or relegation in this. And you're right. It's part of the beauty is watching the developments of the show and the players.
Good friend Mike Maloney in the chat saying what was score at the break. It was 4-3. Jordan Meyer heading into the break. Corey was up 2-0. Then Jordan rattled off 3 straight. Then they went back and forth in the last 2 to make it 4-3 Jordan. Jordan came out of the break, won that first game, game 8, to make it 5-3. And since then it's been back and forth. And it continues to be that case here as Corey Beck almost delivers a coffin shot. Coffin shot was asked about on Monday. The trip 16, trip 15 double bull to kind of lock your opponent in the proverbial coffin at the end of a leg. Compliments of Ryan Mooneyham for that one.
Oh, we love
what we did?
Mooney Mayhem.
You know what that?
What?
You know what we did though?
What did we do?
We stole it.
Well, oh yeah. We yoink and twisted it is the official term.
Yeah. No, we pretty much stole it.
No, yeah. We absolutely did. Is Corey here? 2 bulls to he's still staying within 1 leg. He's still out averaging Jordan Meyer.
Yep.
He like right there. That's a 5.4 leg. It could have been more than that. Had a little bit of trouble closing out that bull. But right now, he is currently sitting, Corey, at a 4.96 for the night to Jordan's 4.55. These aren't weighted, and that's because he's had a 7.07 and a 6.8 heavily weighing up his number. I would say Jordan at a 4.55 seems like just timing-wise, like it's statistically almost better, and that 4.96 is almost partially inflated because of those rollover legs. Is that crazy to say?
Yes.
Okay. I take it back. Sometimes we're wrong, guys.
Corey only starts off with a 3 mark after the 4 mark from Jordan Meyer. Sorry, I was not listening to a single word that you said. I'm sure it was extremely smart. So that's why my response was what it was. I didn't know. Sorry, Mike said that Boobles is there, allegedly watching along tonight. And I do not see him in the background, but that doesn't mean he's not there.
To answer Dylan's question in the chat, what happens when players don't accept their invites? Do other players get invited, or do other players from division
Hold on real quick.
Spot?
Boom goes the dynamite.
And so how that would work is if it's before the brackets are drawn, and until everything gets locked in, that locked-in day that they talk about, until that lock-in day, everybody kind of cycles through and gets filtered up. They can want to have full brackets. And then if for some reason someone dropped after the bracket released, they would then ask for potential volunteers to play in multiple divisions. We saw that with Mike Scarborough one season.
Yep. And he made the finals in one of them and made a top 4 in the other.
Worked out well for him.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good one. I don't think that's true. I think he made. I think he lost the first round in Division I. But either way, Maloney has the answer as well. I forgot that Mike's in the chat. So
yeah, Mike's working right now. We're good. He's clocked in.
Appreciate you, brother. Congrats on the victory on Monday. Don't let that slip from the talk of everything. You still had to win it. That being said,
so entertaining.
That's how players win a season. Every once in a while, they need to get luck. They need to have match-winning darts thrown against them and have them miss. It's part of this game. It's part of every sport. A little bit of luck can sometimes go a long way. And let's not mix words. Danny was unlucky to not win leg number 16. So then that return, that makes Mike lucky to win the match. Still shot pretty well in the last leg, though. Suzanne, there are the WCS, the women's choice, or the women's singles cricket challenger series is in the off season. Used to be the choice series. So yeah, get involved. You would easily fit right into that bad boy. I'm telling you, Suzanne is one of the most unknown great dart players.
I love it. And also on top of that, PBD offers so many opportunities as well, just for with the nationals and everything, where it's not gendered, but it's flighted, and you get a lot of great competition there. And then at COC, that the finale day for the women is always a lot of fun. If you end up getting to that top range, you can get into that CDI or even the CSI.
Yeah, watch this. Hey, Susan, what's your average right now?
Boom goes the dynamite.
The laughing assassin finds himself another. And we got 13 so far this evening. And that is a almost dead center double. Corey trying to put as much pressure as he can.
I completely broke your thoughts and concentration there, didn't I?
No, not at all.
I was trying to.
I'm happy that you said it. No, you actually said it with the right amount of oomph. I appreciated it.
I think I do a pretty good Sean Green Boom Goes the Dynamite's impression.
It's decent for not being me, you know? You don't have quite the growl of it. But not very many people can do that. By the way, I watched a video of the stadium announcer who's done like 17 Super Bowls or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that he's not talented at all. It just must be nice to get that voice. Like he just has that voice. Like it just, hello, my name is blah, 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 blah. And he's talking normal. He just has like the announcer voice. It's like, that must be nice.
Yeah. You know, it was funny. To a very much lesser degree, someone said to me the other day, they're like, oh man, you sound very similar to when you commentate. And I was like, yeah, do you want me to like do an impression for like 8 hours sometimes? There's no way. I can't even do an impression for 5 seconds.
Forgotten's going way above and beyond right now. 7-5 scoreline in favor of the Laughing Assassin. He is 2 legs away. Corey 2 legs back. Earmuffs, if you're listening and you really don't want to be, but this is the exact same scoreline it was at on Monday night between Danny Baggish and Mike Maloney before Mike came back and won.
And remember,
ended up being 8-5, right?
Score line: Willie Walker, Mike Maloney. I got to bring it up once every time I'm on the mic.
Good job. Way to bring him back down to earth after I put him on the pedestal. Alan Roach. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, he just has that voice. He doesn't do anything special. there's no trying. He just has that natural thing. Big white horse from Jordan Meyer. Go ahead.
Oh, I got nervous. I wasn't ready for you to send it to me.
Hold on. Not with the boom.
Say that. Oh yeah. Okay. Go and lead me in one more time, real quick.
No, it's too late.
Come on. I'm ready.
All right. We'll see if he does it again. No, he messed it up. It wasn't my fault. It was his. Well, he might get a 9 mark, but only one of them will count, potentially. Right now, a lot of neighbors being struck.
Jordan's kind of having a little bit of a laugh about it. The Laughing Assassin having a laugh about it's the most normal thing.
He was like, I guess I'll go for 17s, and then he immediately shook his head after the shot on the 17s.
This is a big moment here for Corey because that strong start from Jordan immediately squandered. Corey can just kind of simmer him down a little bit. I think that if you're Corey, you're just thinking, let me get 2 legs in a row. Let me get a momentum stopper because ever since the half, they've been going back and forth. There has just not been opportunity for Corey to really get a good break in there. And even then, that was the bare minimum on the turn. Jordan still has a shot for the 8.
How about that? Does get the snowman.
Oh, this is going to be tough. Corey now has a must-hit 7 mark here. Trip 15, single 15, trip 16 is your shot, or bed the 15s. That's your only 2 options right now. You can't really think about anything else, and you know how important this shot is. 8 to 5 is a different beast.
1,000,000%.
Good save on those last 2 darts.
Which you almost expect from Corey. Again, he's not going to stop trying. The difference, though, is that Meyer is just firing on all cylinders right now. Another big 6 mark to take the lead going into the Bulls. Still winning darts for Corey in this throw.
Well, and Jordan, he's one of those guys where he has a good mental state, and right now he has no reason to question anything. He is just absolutely kind of rolling with the confidence. He had no doubt that last start trip was going to go in. He is really in a good headspace, good momentum. This is a very tough spot that I don't think Corey expected to find himself in.
This type of a scenario can be not a problem at all from Jordan Meyer. 5.79 from the Laughing Assassin. Gets a little, I'm sure, a slap on the butt cheeks there from Jeremy as we head to a potential upset victory, and more so upset than we were expecting at all. Jordan Meyer up 8 to 5 right now in Corey Beck. A little bit surprising from Jordan in the positive, but not really. The surprise has been from Corey. He's just been a little bit below what we've kind of expected and seen out of him up to this point.
I mean, 4 games out of the entirety, out of the 13 that have been played, have been a 5-0 or higher. That's just when you're averaging 4.85, you want majority of your legs to be between a 4.5 and a 5.3, give or take. That is the range you would want to find a majority of them. Instead, you're finding is a majority of them are falling under. And because he's had those couple of really strong legs, he's still averaging around a 4.8 to Jordan's 4.56, but Jordan's timing's been better. And honestly, Jordan just has had the lowest of the low legs, kind of counterbalancing, having the opposite effect.
Wait, so right now their averages are about what they're averaging so far in this CSC?
Assuming I've typed it in
and
correctly.
Jordan's still winning 8 to 5?
Correct.
That's honestly crazy.
But it's at 7.07
that's why,
and 6.8 make up 2 of the 4 legs at a 5 or higher. That's the problem for Corey right now, is that those legs are weighting him so high. Now, he's had a lot of 4, 4.3s, 4.6, but the majority of the legs have just been under that mark, and a couple really pulling it up at the tail end, versus Jordan, who has a 3.6 and a 3.5, kind of pulling his down.
Well, that's the first time Jordan's thrown that last dart at the close and missed it in a while. Will it hurt him? Let's see if Corey was thinking way too much ahead, with way too much to do. That first couple throws. He's got to play this dart by dart at this point if he wants to come back and win this, and that'll work. Boom goes the dynamite. Corey Beck.
You want to give a shout out to BG and anybody in chat. Whenever you guys see someone in there with questions that you know the answer to, it always is so helpful when you guys help them out. So big shout out to BG in the YouTube chat for helping out over there. If you guys ever have any questions, dartstoc.com. That's where you can find out more information. They have a PBD text line. They know every single one of those questions, and they'd be happy to help you. Of course, we try to help out when we can.
Big 8 from Beck. He's gone 9 mark, 8 mark the past 2 throws. A gear that he has for sure.
A gear that he has. The hard part is going to be just, yes, getting 3 in a row is hard enough just to get to that last league decider. But the problem is just following up. His 6.8 was followed by a 3.86. His 7.07 was followed by a 4.7. If you follow a, high 5 controlling round with another high 4 or you have a 7 follows with a 5, that's what really makes it lethal. And Jordan's just so streaky right now. He can just randomly sneak into legs like he did just there.
I don't even want to try to attempt the scream that he just made at the board on that one. But big 9 mark from Meyer. And honestly, he made Corey's slip up a little bit in that last throw hurt a touch, because now it brings him closer in this one.
Yeah, and again,
I like the decisive behavior of Jordan Meyer right now.
Exactly what I was about to chime in on as well. I love that even if it's not the most textbook optimal shot, he's shooting every dart with so much confidence of what he's doing. There is no questioning. There is no doubt in his throw. And even if it leads to some shots potentially getting punished and hurting like that one did there, overall it shows that his mental is still in exactly where it needs to be. And frankly, losing a game against the darts when you're on match point and get 2 more opportunities before the diddle, you're going to be happy.
Yep. Yeah, Corey will have to break the throw twice to get to that last late decider. So realistically, this is the easy bit here. The next 2 are the tough part. And if we go to the last late decider,
we go for speed.
The players will cork for start in that last late decider. I love it.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good one compared to some of mine tonight. That's probably one of the higher tiered comments for myself. It's a low bar.
And it was Sans burp. 4.78 from Corey Beck.
Let it go. Let my burp go.
All right, 8-6 score line. And be honest, how many times have you rotated your dartboard? If you want to know more, watch A to Z Darts guide on why, how, and when to rotate your dartboard. Head on over to their website at atozdarts.com or check out their YouTube channel to learn more. And I apologize for that ad read and hearing the random in the middle of it. That was Nick.
I thought you were like asking me
for
a
no
question.
reason.
I didn't realize you went into the ad read.
Interruption.
I was about to say, like, I haven't rotated my dartboard because I got a brand new one courtesy of A to Z Darts, but I didn't get it out in time.
Well, thanks for telling us after the fact. That makes it all the better.
I was trying to tell you in the middle, and I realized you were doing an ad read, and then I got nervous. What do you want?
Well, let me finish the rest of... All right, I'm going to finish the rest of my job now, okay? Boom goes the dino. Oh, I missed it. Do you want to know how to become eligible to play in major PPD events like the CSC Challenger Series? Well, players become eligible for those by playing in PPD leagues and daily remote tournaments, or DRTs. Those leagues are starting daily, so get involved by going to dartstoc.com and checking out that map. That map will show any locations with G3 boards within the PPD system. They are always accepting new members, so if you're not seeing anything in your area, just have your vendor contact them on the website. From there, players can sign up for leagues on the website. It doesn't take a ridiculous amount of games to be eligible either. Consistently playing 1 league a week will keep a player eligible for this event in the future, plus a couple other things. Again, go to dartstoc.com to get signed up today.
Right now, we're seeing a good battle from Corey to try to take this advantage away from Jordan. One of the other things about Corey's game tonight is that third dart hasn't been as friendly for him, and it's your first and third darts that are the most important, right? That big third dart close or that big first dart trip to be able to start your throw help you so much in terms of being able to have confidence in your own game and what you're doing in strategy decisions. Not tripping that last round of the 20, it wasn't a strategical error, but it still hurt.
Now you got to stay. And flight right over into the trip 3. Sometimes the day just feels like that. The dart god's just a little bit against you. Especially if Jordan would have hit the double there on dart 3 on the 19s, that would have been like a calling card type of, well, definitely against you.
Instead, Corey gets an opportunity for a redemption shot. Still hanging low on that wire, not able to push it in, and then a slight overcorrection, if that, on the last. Maybe just an unfortunate dart. Jordan should be able to close the 19s here.
They gone. And another trip dart. 20. Big dart.
Strategical, not a word.
What, strategical?
Yeah, that's what Brandon put it in chat with a question mark. Sometimes I make up words.
Yeah, it's definitely not a word, but I didn't hear you say it, or else I would have been the first to make fun of you. Darn it.
I said strategical.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a word, strategical. It sounds like it should be if it's not. Like, what is to use strategy to improve your game called then?
Application of strategy. I don't know.
Good strategizing. Good strategy, I guess. I don't know. Propadots.
Well, anybody that's an English teacher, if you guys could help us out.
Strategery is not a real word. I know that, Ranger.
That was a test. You passed.
Strategist. Yeah, that's probably true.
Chris saying Google it. Sorry, a little busy.
I don't need
This
to
is
Google
our
it.
match that we have to be talking about at least 25% of the time. All right.
Chris, Chris can't even talk anymore. I watched you earlier try to say dodgeball twice, and both times blew it. You said Dodgeville, and then you said Didgeville or Didgeball. So I have receipts. Don't you come talking to me.
I have receipts is crazy. It is a word just not grammatically correct. Hey, you know what? I take those wins. I have Florida public education, folks. The bar is low.
Dre, that's probably the nicest thing you've ever said to us. So we'll take that.
Yeah, this one, unfortunately, reaching about the tail end of this match, you can tell Corey's just kind of hitting that wall. Jordan is able to kind of walk through this opportunity, it seems. So he is going to go ahead and be just a couple marks away from pulling off this upset here. And again, upset because Corey's number one in average right now, and there's a 0.3 separation almost between the two. So to be able to pull it off and not just a last leg decider gritty match, but to have a pretty controlling match where other than those first two legs, Jordan's been in control, that's good on him.
Yeah, strategic, I guess, is better than strategical. Anyway, you're right, John. Thanks, Jono. Appreciate you. I mean, huge victory for Jordan Meyer. Let's call it what it is right there. Because of what's important, right? That gets him to the king seat. He is now guaranteed at least third place in this Division II of the CSC Challenge Series. His best finish will occur this season. He'll play the winner of Philly, Mike Segal, or Bobby Dees Jr. You're welcome for not saying what I wanted to say. That's going to be a heck of a battle next week on Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to it. Who is going to take on, most likely, unless some insano thing happens, Jordan Meyer for that king seat.
I mean, I'd love me some Philly. I'm not going to lie.
Yep.
But I'm not going to make any predictions, especially this early on. We'll see. I need to analyze the data a little bit more before making any firm opinions on that one. I'm sure Will and I will put on our analysis hats.
Rick, this is the get to the king seat match. Un más, por favor. And there it is. It registered a 14 on the winning dart.
Jordan doesn't get to celebrate his win.
Not yet.
It's the most
It's
awkward,
over, but it's not over.
It's the most awkward win in CSC history. They're having a laugh. You can see Corey. He's giving a clap. They're giving some respect.
Oh my gosh, it's in slow-mo too. That's awesome.
What is happening?
What happened at the
South
end? That's
91
amazing.
Beach?
What a
Oh.
great way to utilize the slow-mo there, Nick. I didn't even know we had that possible.
Don't think that was a feature. I think that was a bug that it worked as a feature. But Jordan Meyer, the laughing assassin, best Corey Beck, previous champion, sending him to the loser side, and you can see that celebration. It means a lot to him. Good win on Jordan. Great performance tonight. No real notes. His final average, I didn't put that last leg in there because of the confusion, but up until that last leg, 4.53 for Jordan, 4.87 for Corey, but Jordan's timing, impeccable, Sean.
Yeah, it was an absolutely fantastic match from Jordan Meyer. He earned that one, to say the least. I had a feeling, again, I heard the laugh in my head. It just was calling to me that the Laughing Assassin was going to get the job done tonight, even with the averages the way they were. I wasn't expecting it to go that way, where the averages stayed pretty much consistent to what their CSE total is. But Jordan able to take advantage of the timing of everything. It was really impressive. He showed up, probably played the best that we've seen him on the live stream as far as winning legs and taking care of business. And if he can continue to do that, no matter who he plays, whether it's Bobby Dees or if it's Philly, they're going to have some trouble with Jordan Meyer. in the King Seat match.
And all I can say tonight, and this has been true the whole season, but man, oh man, have we been having 75% of the match, 25% of the chat, 100% of the fun. It's been a good time. Every one of these matches have been so entertaining. Monday's match, absolutely enthralling. Eric Bobzine taking on Ram Guevara in the other top 4 for Division 1. Boy, oh boy, am I excited for that one, Sean.
Yeah, I believe one of them's going to be where you are this weekend, and one of them's going to be where I am this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll even kind of get a little preview from both in firsthand perspective. So if you want to hear us this weekend, or if you want to check out some PPD Nationals this weekend, we're live across all of our platforms. So make sure you tune in. It's going to be a great time. I know I'm looking forward to Booyah Cup. I'm looking forward to listening to the PPD Nationals. I think that's going to be great. And I guess I'll listen in on Nick from time to time.
Hey, I'll listen in on you. I always like snooping around. No, and of course, do appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. Again, hope to see you guys tuning in the chats across all of our different live streams this weekend. If for some reason I missed my connecting flight at 8 a.m. in St. Louis, Missouri, I'm sure one of Jordan's fans can pick me up. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Jeremy's button pusher and chauffeur. So there you go.
Wow.
You already have it figured out. Todd Wessel asking update on tandem match. He lost 9-8 in the last league decider. He actually was the one who posted that. So I have pretty good insight on the actual final score there, but cannot wait for this weekend. Cannot wait for Monday. Eric Bobzine, Ram Guevara, and then following that up Wednesday, huge matchup. Bobby Dees Jr. Taking on, of course,
Mike Segal.
Philly. Can't wait. From Sean Green, Nick Teixeira, I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful rest of your evening. And my brain shut off about 10 seconds too early tonight. We'll see if I can do better next time.
Hey guys, I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure having you in here. Got some great matches coming up next week. Make sure to tune in next weekend. And yeah, my brain turned off about 5 seconds ago. Have a good night, everybody.